forgot to hit record.
Yes.
All my efforts to make... Here we go. Yeah, so S4A is a SAP consulting company, SAP Gold partner in Brazil, incorporated back in 2008. We were 10 consultants, 10 individuals that got together in 2008, and we saw an opportunity, a niche in the market that was needing some focus on quality consulting services. So my background is working with SAP for the last 25 years. I was always an IT guy, graduated back in computer science in 1991. So we can say 33 years of IT experience, and have been working with ERPs and solutions for most of my career. Decision to come to Canada, so I'm a Brazilian, lived in Brazil until I was 43 years old, moved to Canada 11 years ago. The main decision was based looking for quality of life, looking for safety and a couple of things that our country doesn't have, and of course being able to also use my entrepreneurial skills here in Canada and expand the footprint of our companies that we had incorporated in Brazil back in 2008 here in Canada as well.
Yeah, so started my SAP career, I guess. I'm an engineer by trade. Dabbled a bit in the IT, IS space early in my career, realizing that I had an interest in inventory management and production processes and maintenance coming, which is closely tied to engineering. Started off my career in SAP Australia, not really knowing what SAP is all about, to be honest with you. But as I did my tenure there, realizing the impact of how SAP can really drive, and help a company grow with a system and technology and organization and people, all of those facets really scale an organization. So I thought this was very interesting. Continued my path, getting certified in SAP, working with, then moving to SAP Canada in 2005. So it all kind of started, if I remember correctly, from a breakfast meeting.
That's right.
We were already engaged on the customer project. Elisandro was the delivery lead. We'd have our weekly check-ins, very, very busy day. As you know, most delivery folks are running projects, and meetings from, beginning of the day to the end of the day. So the only time slot we had was very early morning breakfast meetings. And one day I just happened to, as we were casually ramping up to review the status of how things were progressing, I kind of posed the question, what are your thoughts around, one day launching a SAP consulting or SAP Solutions boutique firm? And I think immediately from that point on, when I kind of expressed my interest, that's always been a dream of mine, that we noticed that, hey, we both have the same dream and desire to build something to help support the SAP market, right? We saw that there's a lot of large tier 1 organizations out there, as we know, the big brand names, but we could see a niche in the market space, and we thought, hey, what a great opportunity, what a great city here in Calgary to launch a consulting firm focused on SAP solutions. And I think we quickly realized our complementary skill set, right? I think we're both very aware of our strengths and weaknesses, and to be successful, I think in the SAP space, you need to have a well-rounded skill set, technical knowledge, know-how, business knowledge, industry knowledge, relationship building. There's so many facets that come into making a client successful. So I think we quickly realized that we have both complementary skills that would really position us very well in the market.
The fact that we both know SAP, I think, is a great asset for both of us.
Yes.
Because we speak at the same language, at the same level,
Yep.
but Ken translates a lot better when he talks with the business and all of that, and I can correlate better when I talk with our technical teams. Right? So those two different skill sets helps us to face the market well and face the internal team and delivery teams in well as well. So then with that combination of skill sets, we set ourselves for success.
Yeah. Awesome. I always say I know enough to break it, but then I got to call on Elisandro to fix it.
Then we can. Just don't break too much.
Yeah, right?
Break a bit. So S4A is the main transaction where you configure SAP. So S4A shows to the market that we know SAP and we know how to configure SAP. When I came to Canada, and Ken and I decided to incorporate a business here to bring some of the S4A expertise into Canada and also develop our own expertise here too. We tried to register S4A as a name. We couldn't. There is another company already in Quebec with that name. And then we explored multiple options, and one of the options was playing with S4A name and a couple of other things. So we came up with S4A, S4A for Americas, and that was actually a good idea because SAP also released in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, a version called S4HANA. So S4HANA, S4A is kind of similar. So okay, that seems to be a great name. We checked everything, it was not registered, everything was clear, we went for it. One of the aspects of being a boutique firm is to be able to have a focused approach to the customer. Some companies, they offer so many options and so many services that sometimes they are not specialists on anything, and they have like a shallow knowledge on a lot of areas. So here at S4A, we have a different approach. So we try to go deep into the areas that we know, like mobility, offline capabilities, user experience, delivering projects on time, on budget. We know how to do those things, and then by having a team that is not really large, is not trying to cover all of the areas of SAP, we are able to offer a better service, more focused service, and that's how I see a boutique firm. A place that where you go that is not large but understands you and can give you a very specialized service.
One of the key things is partnership, right? Very often, within our own culture and values, we talk about partnership. We truly believe in partnership, but what does that really mean, right? It means transparency, having the ability to be vulnerable as well, right? Be very comfortable to say this is a space within the SAP world we do focus on and don't focus on. So it kind of leans back into that. What do we want to be known as and recognized for, and where are our core competencies, right? We don't try to be everything to everybody. So we focus and hone in on those specific areas, and it's that partnership, working alongside our clients, and actually mapping out what the future looks like. So this is where you are today, and then this is what the possibilities look like tomorrow, right? And then bridging that gap between the current state today and what are you trying to achieve, 3, 5, 7 years out from here, and what does that path look like in that journey? And that's when we truly find that, both sides of the parties are very successful.
To be partners with your own colleagues, right? So then help each other, find solutions together. If one person is struggling with something, get a group and then find solutions together. And that helps to build knowledge, that helps to build trust, that helps to find better solutions. And the customer sees that. The customer sees, okay, you guys bring different developers to the project, but in the end, the result it's pretty much the same. Every project you continue to deliver on time, the result is good, is sometimes excellent, right? So I think that partnership internally is also one of the great assets that we have. So the same commitment that we have with our customers to understand their needs and understand what really matters for them, we try to do the same with our internal teams.